So needless to say, although I still feel compelled to say, Ironclad is not on the Capcom Arcade Classics collection. This is an SNK Neo Geo game. It's not every day you learn that there was actually a special Neo Geo game that you had not heard of previously before. Maybe this game is like a Sega CD or a Neo Geo CD game? Anyway, it's Ironclad. And then I saw it on sale for good old games, and honestly, at that sort of price, it's too cheap to steal. So I decided, hey, let's buy it, and then I booted it up, and then it started in a 480p windowed mode, which maybe made sense like 20 years ago, but future is now. I've got a 4K display, and you better believe it was uncomfortably tiny. I set it to full screen, and then my cursor disappeared. Quality programming at its finest. So basically, I took that, ripped the ROM, because it just gives you the ROM. It gives you the ROM. It's almost like, hey, look, we can't be bothered to program an interface. Just boot this up in RetroArch. So hey, don't mind if I do. By the way, CRT Hylian. I decided to change it up. You know, you gotta change things up every now and then. You can't just be the same thing over and over and over. Well, back to more arcade games. So, this is usually the part of the game where it tries to explain you the rules, but unfortunately, I initially thought it was Spanish. Maybe it's actually Italian. Regardless, it's not something I can understand. Oh, only 3 buttons. It felt like the 4th button launched a nuke or something, but that doesn't entirely make sense. Oh, by the way, I believe this game was made by the people who made Pulsar. And if you know anything about Pulsar, the phrase overly complicated comes to mind. So you look at this game and, well, it's not like they decided to make it any simpler. Were they the Pulsar guys? Well, they're Saurus. They're the guys who made the Shock Trooper games. Are there more? I swear to gosh, we're spending more time. Okay. Now, usually you want to go for a compromise between speed and power, but this ship looks pretty cool, so pressing the A button, but apparently it wants the B button to select the ship. Also, you've got your branching paths, so I can go to this fiery hellscape, or I can go to this fiery hellscape. Well, let's go to this one. And into the fray we go. Check out that little menu guy on the bottom of the screen. Do you know what that means? Me neither. Let's find out. Okay. Well, into the game. So A button controls your little option guy, which, yeah, it's about as useless as any other option. What does C button do? C button is a fount of disappointment. What does this button do? Okay, see, they lied. There are 4 buttons, and the 4th button does a nuke. That's awesome. Can I do another one? Oh, I see, I'm already out. At least I can hold the B button for auto fire, right? Well, that's that awkward point of the time where let's see if I can remember how turbo works. Hey, I do. This is a new arcade stick, by the way. I'm not. What? Is this intentional? So if I press L, then my ship does the craziest stutter walk I've ever seen. But if I go forward, oh, it'll go forward. But I can only stutter walk. Is this intentional? Oh, hey, you're not supposed to see that. But it's okay, because I'm legally emulating this game, you guys. That's how that works, right? Oh, come on. Oh, hey, there's some story here. No, we're still... Okay. So, turbo button... No. Okay. So I've activated turbo, but I can't deactivate turbo. I thought this game would be better. This game is... Why is nothing working? Okay, let's try changing this to left stick. I don't know if this will help. Yes, of course. Oh, cool. I'm gonna trust you. There it is. Well, you have what you saw. Oh, hey, see, this ship can move like normal. Kind of. What? So okay, left, right, easy. Turbo button, it kind of isn't. But then, okay. And then I can do this. Alright. This isn't baffling at all. And the worst part is, I don't know what part of it is due to the game and what part of it is due to me. But I made a solemn vow to myself earlier today that I would see what Ironclad has to offer. You know what? I mean, it's been kind of easy so far. So, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Plus, you got that sweet CRT Hylian. It's kind of funny because after you get to a certain level of enlightened in shaders, like you just stop noticing the shader. You just play the game. Nice. You got a right one. Huh. Yeah, it's a game. We're playing it. Oh, I see. So you get like 5 health points? Wow. It's like these guys didn't even want to make money with their arcade game. They just wanted to show off. They're like, hey, check out our sweet pre-rendered computer sprites we can make. It sounds like a contradiction, but I do think this was in that strange middle time between actual straight out and out 3D graphics and just 2D graphics. Well, I mean, it's running on a Neo Geo. If you think about it, the Neo Geo is technically a 16-bit system. I mean, yeah, it's a 16-bit system. Come on, gimme. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't dignified. But it's like a 16-bit system with a crapload of viewing. And so, does that round up to 32 bits? Not really, no. Not really, no. Like, you've heard of the PC Engine, right? You know, the TG16. Well, that thing, technically an 18-bit system, but it could do some cool stuff. Does that round it up to 16 bits? Actually, a little. But not really. Because you look at some of the games and, like, it's kind of like NES style, but better. Which, that's alright, but I want that Genesis, man. I want that Genesis. Although it is kind of disappointing because the PC Engine version of Airbuster is just cooler than the Genesis one. I mean, the Genesis one is technically superior in some negligible ways, but the PC Engine one is just so cool. Am I making progress or what? That was not a rhetorical question. Am I making progress or what is happening? Oh, that guy's so cheap with his, like, laser attack. I've got one too. Wow, this game, is this running at full speed? Like, this just feels too slow. I mean, maybe I've finally reached that video game flow state where, like, all video games are seemingly running in slow motion, but I don't even think that's real, so yeah, what's the deal? It's just telling me stuff and I'm just doing stuff. This is like video gaming 101. It's like, are you winning? Are you losing? It's like, I'm at a level of, oh, I see. You can tell this was made by the Shock Troopers guys. Because you can choose your own branching path, but you know what? All you do is change the color of the background. Oh, nice. It modulates my shot. So I can go from one semi-useless pattern to another. I mean, well, look, actually, this game, out of anything, reminds me of Darius Gaiden, which, that was a game that was more about just vibing out to an experience than it was about playing a game. And so, okay, I guess I can begrudgingly, do I like this better? Am I faster with the little, maybe, I don't know, yeah, maybe this is a Darius Gaiden sort of game, where you just kind of peace out. You let the game happen, and you're like, okay, game, I got a stock full of quarters. It was payday, and so I'm in like one. Actually, it's kind of funny because this game was like what, $8? So that's like what? Oh, that's 24 quarters. Never mind. That is quite a large amount of quarters. I wonder if I can beat this game in 24 quarters. I feel like one time when I was a kid, I played through Metal Slug with like 24 quarters. And you better believe it took every single quarter to do that. Ow. Were those rocks dangerous or what? But that's okay, because I've got my little option to protect me, but I mean, still, it was kind of weird. Like, am I in danger or not? I just can't get over the fact that this game, like, it basically forgot it's a game. Like, there's no danger. Like, even the shock troopers kind of had danger. I mean, it was a little, you could tell it was fairly ambivalent on the whole idea of danger, but, like, this game, it's like, they just toss enemies at you, and the enemies don't even do anything. Maybe it's because I'm expecting them to play by shoot-'em-up rules, where the enemies are, like, dangerous, and you gotta learn a pattern, and you gotta beat the boss, or whatever, and you gotta get good enough, and it's like, if you're not good enough, you can't make it to the next stage. But I think what they're really doing is they're playing by side-scrolling merc, side-scrolling shooter rules, where, I mean, yeah, you can kind of make it hard, but there's always this inherent level of imprecision in the controls as you, like, move your character around, because you have to, like, move your character in the way they shoot in order to actually hit enemies. Oh man, I feel like I'm learning this boss's secret technique. Okay, seems like the winning strategy is to not stand straight in front of the boss. It's one of those things that, like, you say it out loud and you feel like, are we winning? You know that phrase, are you winning, son? Well, I just want to ask, are you winning me? Because I kind of want to win. But anyway, they're following in the side-scrolling shoot-'em guy action, where it's like, it doesn't matter so much. Like, there's only so precise the controls can be, so you just kind of toss some enemies on there, give your guy a cool-sounding gun, and then call it a day. It's funny because my ship just died, but I'm not even really sure that it was my fault. I mean, I've seen, like, okay, power is slow, admittedly. They were not kidding you when they said that, but, like, at the same time, I remember speed shot, and it was pretty bad. So I don't think I can give up to power. You know what they say? Power corrupts. But you know what they also say? Speed does not get the job done. I thought I could get away with that. And I thought I could get away with that. I mean, I am playing the game. I kind of had to say that just to remind myself that I was actually playing the game. Well, this guy has a different weapon. Is it better? I can't tell. You'd think it would be noticeably more powerful. Just give me my stuff, okay? Like, you're giving me these bribes to keep on playing. You can at least let me get the bribes without dying. Okay. Did I beat the boss? Or am I just playing the level like normal? It's crush up. Crush up. That's... yeah. Crush up, baby. Crush up. Oh, I can't choose 3A. I have to choose from one generic apocalyptic landscape and another one. And you can see the 5C where, like, it... oh, wait. Oh, darn. Wait, so does that mean if I choose 4D, then, like, I get an early game over? Don't tempt me, game. Don't tempt me. Oh, this is terrible. Now it's a flamethrower, but, like, what is that effect? Is there any meaningful difference from what it was before? That was a flamethrower. Look at him go, though. He's so passionate. This little guy, he's just blowing stuff up. And it's like, look, Mom, I'm helping. And it's like, yes, you are, son. Yes, you are. Well, he used to be red, now he's green. I don't know if there's any significance to that, but, I mean... I feel like, well, I was going to say there's a game with no hidden significance, but honestly, I feel like everything in this game is hidden. Like, what do the buttons do? I swear to God, I mapped them up so, like, there's only the first 3 buttons, like, normal 4 buttons, and then, according to the game start screen, it said, hey, only these 3 buttons do anything. And then here the game is, holding this, like, crazy bomb out on me, and it's like, Why are you holding out on me? You could have told me I had an instant win button. Oh, okay, so I'm already at level 3, which is the maximum level? So this means the shot doesn't get any more impressive than this. I mean, I can live with that, but it's a little sobering. Also, is it me, or does it feel like this shot is more powerful than the power guy? So you just use the normal ship, and it's like you have more power than the power guy, and you have more speed than the speed guy. All in the same ship. Doesn't seem fair. Oh, nice. So I got hit, so I lost my power-ups. That's almost consequential. I'm just like a robot, just playing the game. I mean, I don't know. What do you do? Like, sometimes when you just play a game and it's just like the game just wants you to play it, and that's it. There's nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, you could think while you're playing it, but what's there to think? It's like, go here, shoot enemy, go there, shoot enemy, dodge bullets. No, this is what I'm really thinking when I'm playing the game. It's kind of a zen experience, though, if you think about it. I mean, you just kind of empty your mind. You're controlling the character, or you're controlling the ship. Or are you really? Maybe you're not. Maybe it's all just a figment of your imagination. I do like normal. I didn't think I would be able to make such an arbitrary decision so readily, and yet, here we are. And it's just kind of zen. You just kind of focus, release your mind, watch the red ship fly all around the screen. You know, a lot of shoot 'em ups, it pays to watch the right side of the screen, see what's coming up, or I guess the top of the screen if it's vertically oriented. But this game, you just kind of peace out, watch your red ship, just watch them zig and zag. It looks like I know what I'm doing, but I'm just like doing the same zigzag, back forth, circle pattern. And you just exist. Good cat. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of Shock Troopers, actually. But also, what reminds me of Shock Troopers is I played through it once, and I'm like, oh yeah, Shock Troopers is a great game. I should play through that again. And I never played it again, because it's kind of a little boring. Well, it's good to see the Saurus is consistent. Oh, is this a boss? Finally, I was starting to get bored. What is this? Miramax? Wait, so he's gone off his rocker. What language is this game in? Because it's telling me instructions to me in like Italian, and yet here it is speaking English at me, and it's like, which is it, pal? I mean, if I had my druthers, I'd say, give me the plot in Italian. Hey, see what the heck? I'd say, give me the plot in Italian. Let's switch back to speed. Maybe my initial impressions are wrong. Wow. Maybe power just sucks. Forget power. I would trade all the power in the world for all the speed in the world. But if you see the power movies, I mean, Quicksilver is basically invincible. This would be an issue unless I had my super sweet space laser. But speaking of the super sweet space laser, oh, there we go. I think, oh, the space laser jettisons the arms you have. Well, I mean, you have to be a pretty bad game to let some characters just trivialize it by using. I love how they just punish you for like being right in front of the enemy. They're like, hey, you know, right in front of that big dangerous enemy, the one place in life you shouldn't be. Yeah, well, we're gonna show you shouldn't be there. Okay, for a second there I thought that was a mid-boss, and my heart stopped. I mean, as much as I want to see the end of the game, I'm just deathly curious. What happens if you choose this 4C? Does the game just end quicker? Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought I was stuck with a terrible shot, and it's like, now I'm just stuck with the... I think this is a perfectly acceptable shot. Okay. Oh. do you collect more things to get higher levels? Can you have a higher level as you go further in levels? These and other questions will not be answered in the course of this playthrough. You know, there were long plays, but have you heard of wrong plays? It's a new genre of film that I just made up. Basically, you get some doofus playing a game, and then he just talks over it. Now, you gotta do it right. And wow, Power is just so disappointing now that I've seen those other ones. Oh, well. I mean, it got better, but like, wow. Power, you have to like work hard to build your way up? That's not Power as I understand it. What? What? You just gave me the coolest looking background in the world. I was actually appreciating your unique take on perspective, and I started to feel like this game had some artistic merit. And now we're just going through a stupid rain cloud. I mean, credit where credit's due. It's not a bad rain cloud, it's actually pretty cool. But, I mean, guys, you can't just give me something I want and then take it away. I wanted to be right in front of the boss. Nope. No in front of the boss. That's the one place you cannot be. It's like, but if I'm not in front of the boss, how am I going to shoot the boss? And they're like, that sounds like a you problem. Huh. I'll admit it. The graphics get better. So all you have to do is stick through three stages worth of bad graphics. And now the language is in Japanese. What? Oh, okay. I guess it was in the rest of the time. But it's like, what language is this game in? Please just choose one. And you look on the GOG page and like, yeah, it's got a lot of languages listed that it's got subtitles for or something. I didn't expect it to use all of them simultaneously, but hey, I'm game. I'm game. Anyway, about this wrong play. Yeah, basically you get some doofus, you give him an arcade game, you give him a microphone, just have him talk his way through the game. Is this a new genre that will catch on? I don't know. We'll find out in 5 years. That's how long it takes for social trends to propagate, I suppose. How long does it take for social trends to propagate? I mean, I guess it could be even as short as like 1 year, but given the current rate of people watching these videos, I don't think I'll be able to start a new social movement in anything less than 5 years. But you never know. You never know. All it takes is one viral video. Although if we learned anything about viral videos in the past 20 years, although admittedly, we as a society have learned surprisingly little about them, and that is, you can't make something viral. It just has to happen. And so, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have any viral videos. I don't think I'll be making any sort of movings and shakings in the Let's Play world. But people still make Let's Plays. I feel like I'm so out of touch. I just make these videos and I don't even know if these videos are in style. Maybe it's all about the review videos. Maybe I should make some review videos. I give this game a gimmicky score out of an arbitrary prime integer. Nice. You know what? For extra cool points, let's make it a negative prime. -7. I give this 2 Caped Crusaders out of -7. Well, if you look at these game controls, it's more of an instant move kind of shoot 'em up, much like Esprit, and not like Top Lands. What's it called? The one with the skulls and destruction. Truxton. Yeah, it's not like Truxton at all. It's more of an Esprit. And you thought wine salesmen were the only ones with a monopoly on. Wow, I felt strangely compelled to dodge that. I mean, where were these bullet patterns the entire rest of the game? But here we are, chapter 4, and it starts to get serious? I don't know, I'm still not entirely convinced I can actually dodge all this stuff. But it's like, okay, is the game gonna end when I beat this? Does this count as a final boss? Does that mean if I didn't choose this path, then it would be a lot easier? And then if it was easier, would I just fallen asleep already? How many credits are we in? I count like, I don't know, 6-ish? No, we've already done 4. Once through each ship. And we even like cycled through again in the vain hope that maybe one of them got better. They didn't get better. I'd say we're like, I don't know, 10 coins in? I'm halfway to my goal of breaking even. Of course, the only way you can break even with these arcade game prices is if you like use the old age like super expensive arcade overpriced prices. And it's like, yeah, really kind of says something. I don't know what it is, but you know what? When you're searching for something that you absolutely need, sometimes any price is okay. Of course, this game's price for fulfillment was $9, which I don't know about you, but $9 for Nirvana? Yeah, sure, I'd pay $9 for Nirvana. I mean, sorry, $8.99. $9? Get bet. $8.99. Bought it in a heartbeat. Again, you surprised me. Yeah, well, I'm nothing if not surprising. My microphone has been like sliding down the entire time, and I don't even know if that's a problem or if it's okay. Well, I guess you'll know. I'll know too, but not me now. The future me that edits the videos. He doesn't like what I do in these things. You did it. I did it. I ended the game earlier. I didn't think I could do that. I didn't think the game would just end after 4 stages, but I did it. So okay. I'm not hallucinating, right? Like, this text is in English, but the text earlier was in maybe Italian, maybe Spanish, maybe Portuguese. That'd be frightening. Portuguese. Oof. Oof. I'm going to be honest. Ironclad was a little disappointing. Like, I came in expecting a shoot 'em up, and what I got was a run and gun. But a run and gun where you play as a spaceship character that can only face right. But there's still the run and gun, like, lackadaisical approach where they shoot stuff at you, but they don't really care. They throw enemies at you, but you don't even really care. They don't really care. Nothing really matters. There are power-ups, but the power-ups don't even do anything. I don't even think there is a score. You can, like, get leveled up to level 3, but once you're level 3 in, like, I don't know, halfway through level 1, then you absolutely never go less than level 3, so, like, it doesn't matter. And it's just like, wow. And you know what, though? The scariest thing is kind of sitting here vibing to this end screen. I feel like the experience was worth it. I don't know what it is about graphics and cool sound. Who needs gameplay? I just want graphics and cool sound. But not a movie. Because movies don't use sprites like this. Maybe if you made a movie out of sprites, that would be cool. But nobody is man enough to step up to the plate and do that challenge. If you know of an entirely sprite-based movie, I don't know, drop it in the comments. Like and subscribe. I said that sarcastically last time, and yet here I am saying, oh, and me, I contributed to this game. I was the one that played it. I think. I'm not entirely convinced the game didn't just play itself. Translated by Bob Timpello. Well, he's just showing off with his language skill. He's like, hey, I'm going to translate it to 5 or more different languages. Is this showing me all the fun I could have had I chosen another alternate path? Yeah, see? It's like, to be continued. FYI, you are a loser who chose 4C. What kind of loser chooses 4C and misses out on half the game? Game over. Wow, that is just the saddest. And this is the name entry screen. I remember liking these in the past, but this game, it just was so aggressive that I don't know. Oh, it doesn't even show you your score. It doesn't even show you the scores. It's just like, yeah, well, it's part of our contractual obligation that we need to have a name entry screen. So, hey, what do you know? Name entry screen time. And then you enter your name, and it's like, but where does it go? What does it do? And they're just like, oh, it's in there. Don't worry. You entered your name. It's in the score list. It's like, what's the score list? It's like, well, it's in there somewhere. Your score is probably a whole number, but you never know. One of these days, one of us is gonna do floats, and that's it. There's your score. Now, I'm not gonna say the coolest part of this game was the intro and this like rules explanation and the ending. I'm not gonna say the coolest part of this game was everything except the part where you actually play the game, but so I guess if I was to give this game a rating, I would give it a, you can't conceive of it as a normal game out of 10. You have to conceive of it as an experience out of 10. AKA, you have to reach deep inside of yourself and find an excuse to find some sort of way to have enjoyed this. Wait, so he gets 10, he gets 8, and he only gets 9? So this poor normal guy, he only gets 8 points? I mean, yeah, it's kind of balanced, but well, I'd be more outraged if I knew that it didn't matter. So you can also choose 5C, you can choose 6C, but also you can choose 6A and 6B. I will choose to not choose. But you never know. What happens if you do clear 6A, 6B, 6C? Well, I know one thing. I'm not going to tell you, because this cat's got a stay.